You're thinking about buying your first home, but before you start your search, it's important to understand just how much it'll cost. That's what we're talking about today. Let's go. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bryn with Hearthstone Real Estate here in Eugene, Oregon. On this channel, I talk all about the Eugene area and give you some real estate tips along the way. Today, we're going to talk through the possible costs you may incur as a buyer so that you know how to prepare and budget accordingly. Not all surprises are fun, so it's important to think through things before you make that first offer. Here are the things that you'll want to make sure of prior to getting started. First up, travel. If you're moving to a new area, chances are you'll want to visit before you start your house hunting journey. Be sure to budget for any necessary travel expenses, such as airfare, car rentals, accommodations, and the like. Number 2, mileage. Even if you aren't looking out of the state, you'll likely put some extra miles on your vehicle prior to finding your future home. You may want to drive around, familiarizing yourself with different neighborhoods, practicing your new commute, and more. Be sure to budget a little extra for gas while you're looking for your future home. Prior to closing and closing costs. Did you know that some expenses you incur as a buyer will be paid before you even own the home? It's true. Here are some items you may need to shell out cash for prior to closing. Number 1, inspections. Inspectors are experts at identifying deficiencies and highlighting possible expenses you may need to budget for. They will determine if your home is in good working order and if the major systems are functioning as expected for their age. Number 2, the deposit. You may also hear this referred to as earnest money or good faith deposit. This is the amount of money you offer to the seller upfront to show your sincere interest in the property. Typically, this money is held by a third party and will be refunded to you if your purchase conditions are not satisfied. It's typically 1% of the purchase price and will need to be delivered right after your offer is accepted. Number 3, lender fees and interest. Assuming you're getting a loan to purchase your home, you will also need to account for a few mortgage-related expenses. This includes things like credit reports, wire transfer fees, commissions, and the appraisal. Chat with your lender for an idea of how much these fees will be. Number 4, title, attorney, and escrow fees. Expert third parties ensure that your new home is properly transferred into your name. They also ensure that the money is dispersed to the correct parties. Example of things that will be adjusted for include property taxes, HOA fees, community fees, insurance, mortgage fees, etc. Be sure to understand which fees are the seller's responsibility and which fees are your responsibility. Number 5, utilities. Some utility companies may require an upfront deposit to activate services on your new home. Number 6, insurance. You'll need to ensure that you have secured and paid for insurance for your new home prior to closing. If you're getting a loan, the lender will require that this takes place before you can even sign your loan documents. Number 7, sales tax and property taxes. In some instances, your purchase may be subject to sales tax. You will also need to pay your prorated share of property taxes if applicable. Number 8, home warranty. You may wish to purchase a home warranty for your new home. This policy protects you from the larger expenses if any major systems or appliances fail in that first year. Number 9, bank fees. This one isn't significant, but worth keeping in mind. When paying your earnest money deposit or sending the funds to close, you may need a cashier's check or a wire transfer. Often there's a nominal charge from your bank for this service. Number 10, moving costs. It's funny, but this is one of the most forgotten expenses. Don't forget to budget for all packing and moving expenses. This includes boxes, tape, moving trucks, storage rentals, movers, and the like. You may also want to budget for pizza and beer as a thank you to your family and friends for helping you move. After closing. Number 1, repairs. Your inspection may have noted some deficiencies that you wish to rectify immediately. If so, be sure to budget for those repairs. Number 2, improvements and upgrades. You may be planning to make improvements to your property after closing. Be sure to budget for these accordingly and get quotes as needed. How much did you budget overall? As mentioned at the beginning, the cost associated with buying depends on many different factors. If you'd like specific numbers for your home and your unique circumstance, please get in touch with a real estate agent. A good realtor will help you calculate exactly how much you can expect. Overall, you should budget roughly around 10% of the home sales price for expenses. If you end up spending less, you'll be pleasantly surprised, and maybe you can put the extra money towards your next home. Costs after closing will depend entirely on what you plan to do once you take possession of your new home. Do your research and make an itemized timeline of expenses for your repairs and upgrades. If you found this information helpful, make sure to check out my other videos on purchasing your next home. I'd love to hear from you. You can call, text, or leave a comment down below. I work hard to stay connected. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and join me for my next video. Thanks so much for watching.